There's a very vibrant and active community of really world-leading, world-class researchers in the UK working on computational materials modelling, and what we want to do with this machine is to help to bring that community together. We've got a selection of really world-leading people who are talking today, and so some of the work that we're going to hear today I'm personally very, very excited about.
I do get asked quite a lot in my job, Susan, why do you have to buy all these big computers? These days there's barely an area of science that doesn't use some kind of computational approaches. So there's a long standing track record of some expert users who use high performance computing. They've been doing it for many years, and obviously they are constantly needing more sophisticated and larger systems to allow them to do their research. But we're also seeing new fields starting to use computational approaches. So it's clear that we cannot duck, the government cannot duck the need to fund this computational infrastructure.
It's a really exciting time, isn't it? And I really just so glad to be here. But it's just great to see it growing and the community growing, and it's really owned from the ground upwards. That's what I like most about it. It really is this groundswell, and each generation passes it on to the next one. But in the end, what we've done as a society is make new materials. That is really one of our hallmarks, and we continue to do it to solve human problems, to get out into outer space. Cassini, that's flying around Saturn at the moment, is all about these materials. This is the frontiers, if you ask me, it's in a way the map of where we're going. So the question is, what type of solar cells, and how will they kind of become part of our everyday lives? Once we have a huge renewable set, wind and solar and nuclear, we're going to want quite a large-scale, grid-scale battery storage.
Much of our products, Unilever, actually are made of these guys, of these surfactants. And of course you may not know Unilever because it's not very visible, but you will have known of our brands. It's really humbling to know that what we do there as we develop new products eventually will be sold across the world. Someone has done the sums, and they say that at least once on every given day, each one of us will pick up one of our products, either a cup of tea or a shampoo or a bar of soap.
I always show that because the scale is big, and the problem is that the blade and the disc rub with each other. If you look at the classical research in tribology, there's lots of research going into changing your surfaces to make them perform better, reduce friction. You don't want any friction if you're running a car and you got energy dissipated through it. If you look at the scene in tribology now, there's plenty of research which is ongoing in other areas. So biotribology has become a massive field where, again, if you're designing an implant and you want to put in your body, you want to be very careful about what you do.
We did think about taking you on a tour to see the machine. It's actually easier to get into Windsor Castle. It occupies 7 racks of space, so if you haven't been in a computer room, a rack is about the size of a very large American fridge.
Why did you call the machine Thomas?
This is the fault of the management board, which was the project board at the time, and we said, would you like to name the machine? And someone said Thomas. And then they all voted for it, which was terrifying and awful. It was actually quite bad because a lot of our staff are called Thomas, which is causes some confusion in the office whenever we get an email.
It's called Thomas because it's the machine built by the consortium that are the Thomas Young Centre.